Welcome to Harry and Paul's Devious Dilemmas, our extra weekly show where the two of us take on the task of fixing your life predicaments. I'm Harry Clark.
And I'm Paul Gorton, and yes, we're here to provide our questionable expertise and questionable solutions in this brand new show. Each week we'll take on two listeners' dilemmas, offer our advice, and then you'll have to decide for yourself if they're crazy enough to take it.
We'll be your judges, jury, and hopefully your saviours. Determine just how devious you or your friends truly are. Whether we can actually save you, or if you're a problem not even we can fix.
From family to friendships, lovers, or even those awkward in-betweeners, we want to hear your best, worst, and downright ugliest predicaments.
Welcome to
Devious Dilemmas!
Mate, I actually love Devious Dilemmas, man. This is sick.
This is a really, really
It's just
good
a different
idea.
side of us as well, and it's like we're just trying to help people, like genuinely help. Like,
Yeah.
We're not even just trying to be funny and stuff. We're just trying to give our best life advice, and you may take it, you may not, but we actually really appreciate everyone sending in their dilemmas because it means a lot to us. Like we said, we wanted the Harry and Paul Devious podcast to be something for everyone, and now we've come up with this bonus show, the Devious Dilemmas. So remember, at Harry Clarkey, at Paul Gorton on Instagram, and then at the Harry and Paul pod on Instagram, and then also, what's the email? At Harry and Paul.
harryandpaulpod@gmail.com.
Perfect.
It's amazing. Yeah, we can't wait to do this. And then also to say, this is literally live. Like, we've not read these dilemmas before. We are going to read them out for the first time, react instantly, and hopefully it will help. And not only the person that's got the dilemma, but also other people that are experiencing the same thing.
Yeah, so bear with me as I have to read a little bit of script to get what the dilemma is, because I'm terrible at English and reading, if you can't tell.
No, you're not. Right then, Devious Dr. Harry. I quite like that name for you, Devious Dr. Harry. What is the listener dilemma this week?
Okay, cool. Harry's listening dilemma. Today we have, recently my best friend Emma introduced me to her new boyfriend Matt. The moment I saw him, my heart sank. Uh-oh. You know where this is going.
It's a bad start.
4 years ago, I had a holiday fling with Matt and Zanti. We spent a wild week together, and then we went our separate ways, never expecting to see each other again. We didn't even follow each other online. What's the point? When Emma introduced us, Matt acted like he didn't even recognize me at all.
Oh no, such a bad start.
I was completely taken aback, but because I was so shocked, I just followed his lead and pretended we were meeting for the first time.
Oh God.
Now I'm stuck in this awkward situation where I feel like I'm lying to my best friend by not telling her about my past with Matt. At the same time, I'm worried about how Emma will react if she knew. She's really into Matt, and I don't want to ruin her happiness. I just felt so wrong keeping this secret from Emma, especially knowing all the things we did together during that holiday.
Oh my God.
I wonder what went on that holiday.
Go on, girl.
She's basically asking, should I tell Emma? Do you think Matt actually forgot about our week together? And if he did, am I wrong for being offended? Wow, wow, wow. What a start to the episode.
Oh my God, this is amazing, isn't it?
Bloody hell.
My brain is on fire.
Well, firstly, I feel really sorry for you because it's a bit of a sticky one still.
It's a sticky situation, and also it went wrong at the earliest possible time because they've made the bed, now they have to lie in it because they've pretended that they don't know each other. So what on earth are you supposed to do there? There was a perfect
do you know what?
opportunity.
I feel like, I don't know. I'm just gonna put it out there. I feel like Matt's probably definitely forgot. Because if he's got, he must have balls of steel to pretend he does not know who you are.
Hi there, you're right. Yeah, nice to meet you. Oh,
not
yeah,
realizing you've just given him the best week of his life.
There's no way, especially with the thing saying the things that we did. There's no way he's forgot. I think he's just froze and he's gone into kind of like a little bit of a player mode.
Yeah, he doesn't really know what to do either.
Yeah, and he's gone, oh, nice to meet you.
And he may have thought you was pretending to not know him either. So he's like, are we sort of playing that game or like, oh, mate, it's such a
Well, this is a
one.
dilemma for both of them.
Yeah.
For her and for Matt. So, like, what do you do, guys? How serious are they? Did you say 4 years?
No. They've just met each other.
Oh, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I feel like your mate, Emma, she shouldn't really be annoyed. Unless you keep on the secret and then tell her. I reckon the best thing to do is probably just talk to your best friend. If you're best friends, you would say, right?
The problem is, if she really loves this Matt and he's different from all the other lads, and you know, you can see your mate being so happy, do you take it to the grave? Do you just not say anything and just bury it down and just that's just for
That
you
would
and Matt
be
to
so
deal with?
devious from you, though. If you actually done that, you're like living a lie every time you go out with your mate and her
it's there.
boyfriend Matt.
Oh my God,
you two know something that your best friend doesn't, and I just feel like, again, I'd be too guilty to keep that secret from.
Yeah, because when she meets a fella and they'll go on couple dates, then her and Matt will have some. You know what will happen? Her and Matt will hook up again.
Yeah, that's what I was.
They'll
that's what I was
revisit.
gonna say. Yeah,
Let's revisit that night that we had.
yeah.
Let's
They'll
try
have
and
a
do it
couple of
again.
drinks and then think it's Santi all over again,
Oh,
because it's like a fairy tale, isn't it? It's not true reality, especially once you've had a few drinks.
yeah.
Who knows? You might look at Matt a certain type of way, and then it makes even more problems.
Do you know what you could do? You could try and sabotage the relationship.
Oh my
Be like,
God.
I don't like Matt. I think he's got a weird serial killer vibe about him. You know, try and break them up, and then later on, well, then you don't even have to address it.
Yeah, but then she's trying to be such a good friend, isn't she? She's like really happy for her happiness, so we can't tell her to do that, Paul.
I'm telling her
Can't
to
tell her
lie
to get rid.
or to like
Yeah.
you know, sabotage the relationship.
I just every time we get these dilemmas in, I try and see it from my point of view.
Yeah, okay.
And if
so you're Matt,
yeah.
Okay.
No. I'm this woman.
you're the woman. Okay,
You're Emma,
I'm Emma.
and then you've brought in. No. You're Paul. No, wait. Why are we doing it that way?
Yeah.
You're Paul. I'm Harry.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you've brought in a girl.
Yeah.
And
Oh
then,
yeah, that's a way easier.
Yeah. Oh no. Actually, wait. Reset. So I'm Harry. You're Paul.
Yes.
I've brought in a girl,
Yeah.
and then I've
Oh.
gone, Paul, here's so and so.
And I've gone, hi,
Hi.
nice to meet you.
But 4 years ago, you had a holiday fling with
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
I would want you to tell me.
Yeah, but instantly she'd be like, "Oh my God, it's Paul." Do you know what I mean?
Oh, what?
'Cause
Yeah.
she'd know.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
She'd know.
Yeah,
She'd
she'd know.
remember. No, so let's say we did
She'd
do that.
remember the third leg.
And I'm going. Let's say she did do that, and then she's gone, "Hi," and I've gone, "Hi, I'm Paul. Nice to meet you." What would I do in that instant right there? Oh, mate, I tell
But
you.
then, like, yeah, this is the thing. Yeah, so if you told me though, I can't lie. If you told me that, I would then probably not want to go further with that person.
Yeah,
That's the hardest
the
thing
problem
about it.
is, it's not even that. So let's say this situation happened. I've said hi. She said hi, and then another scenario, like that was the bit for me to go, "Hey, mate, listen, it was years ago. Don't even remember it, but like I slept with her when we were on holiday. Like, I'm sorry,
Doesn't
mate.
mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything. I'm not attracted to her now. She's not attracted to me. I'm sure of it. 'Cause she's got you. You know, like that type. But they didn't do that.
Yeah.
They've then carried on and are now like in this moment where this has happened and they've both carried on.
Yeah.
So that is a
I feel like she
dilemma.
defo has to question herself, to be honest. Because if that's happened, that makes me feel like these two still have a little bit of a, like,
Yeah.
because they didn't make it work because they never even follow each other online. They didn't know that they
Yeah,
lived
yeah,
near
yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
And now they do. What if she's now got a spark in her, like, butterflies in her tummy again?
Well,
That's what you need to ask yourself. If you got butterflies in your tummy or anywhere else for that matter from Matt, then that's like where you need to question yourself seriously.
do you know what the other key mistake?
Because then you should sabotage the relationship.
Yeah.
And just make it your own.
Well, yeah. Well, then them two might get back together, mightn't they? But the worst thing that they've done during this entire thing is done something which is actually the sexiest thing that you could have done at that moment in time, which is then created this new lie. So now there's like this danger.
Doing something naughty.
And like in their brains, whenever they're in the room together, they know that they've got this moment together. So they're going to act on that at some point because that kind of feels like a little sexy moment that they've created between each other. So like, you've got to tell your mate.
Yeah, I think that's the best advice.
Yeah, bite the
You've got to
bullet.
tell- And, well, it depends what you want. Because if you've got no feeling, no attraction towards Matt, and
Yeah.
it was nothing, then why? That's what I'm trying to say. Why would you not have said that in the first place?
Exactly.
Like, why are you asking for advice? Really?
Yeah.
Because if you feel like there's no attraction to Matt and
Yeah.
you would never want that to go anywhere, you would have just told your friend,
Just
"Oh,
tell
look,
it.
we just
Yeah.
had a holiday."
Don't
doesn't
create
mean
a
anything.
whole new sexy moment. Don't
'Cause
try
now you've got a sexy moment on your
Yeah.
hands that you may never forget, and
Yeah.
you're going home thinking about it.
that candle has just been lit again. And it's like, when did we go and address the candle? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, Matt is a player, isn't he?
Matt knows. I think Matt knows. And I think now he's in his brain, I've got two girls. And like, I'm just going to kind of keep kind of playing it out. I think you've got to go and tell your mate. You've got to say, listen, I should have told you at that point, but I froze.
Yeah.
And I'm really sorry, but years ago, this is what happened. And I don't want to address it again. And like, I think that you can save the relationship that way. I think Matt, his days are numbered if that happens, though.
I was going to say, what would you say if I came to you saying that?
So you've been with this girl 4 years ago. It depends, doesn't it? If I really, if it was like Kate 2.0, then I'm like, okay, fine, so be it. I'd probably address it with both of you and just kind of be like, listen, I know this thing has happened between yous, like, so be it. Let's just kind of move on type of thing. Oh, I don't know. It's in your head then every time, isn't it?
Because how could you be close? Because if you left us alone, you might be like. That's
Oh, yeah, next minute. Oh, yeah, Harry's going to pick me up from the set. He's not. He's fucking not. You're not allowed to do anything.
It's a difficult one, isn't it?
And then you start following each other. And then we're at parties and you two are having a laugh. Nah.
Look, we would
doomed.
I was going to say, like, we would love to tell you, as our advice, keep the secret, go to your grave with it. But we know as good people, like, that's not the way to go about it.
No, it
like,
isn't.
You've been friends with your best friend for however many years. You should be able to have that sort of friendship where you can sit down and sort of be like, look, this happened. It doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know if it means anything to Matt, but you can go and ask him that. Do you know what I mean? You can. I just want you to know from my side of things that I love you. I'm happy you're happy. I just needed to tell you to get this off my chest.
My conscience is clear.
Yeah, otherwise I'm guilty.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the sort of best advice I could give.
Yeah, tell your friend. Go tell your friend. Your conscience is clear. Say it in the most polite way and definitely apologise that you didn't jump on it sooner.
Yeah, and if I was you as well, I would say you're wrong for, like, you're not wrong for being offended, but at the same time you are, because Matt probably didn't know what to do in the same time. Like he's either definitely forgot, which is a boy's thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, speaking from a boy's experience, I always have this argument with women, right? And especially my other half. Like, when women say that you can't be thinking of anything,
be careful.
It's so untrue for men. Like, there's points in the day where I'll be laying there. She's like, "What are you thinking about?" And I'm like, "Nothing."
Zero.
Like, genuinely nothing.
Same actually. Yeah.
So like, he might be there just thinking about something random. I do it all the time. I could be sat here right now. I'm thinking about what Lego piece I want to build next. Do you know what I mean? So like, he might just be like harmlessly avoiding you by accident because he genuinely doesn't remember you. It's 4 years ago as well.
Yeah,
like,
do
you remember
time.
who you was with? Well, obviously Kate.
But
the problem say when you was my age, 23.
Yeah,
Would you remember who you was with 4 years ago?
Especially if you're single.
Yeah, and he's probably been half cut for most of that holiday.
Yeah, exactly right. And it was once,
no offense to you, but it's like,
yeah,
he might not have even remembered.
Yeah,
so I wouldn't be offended if I was you.
No, I think, apologise. I think it all could be very innocent, but it does need to be out in the open. It's definitely not something that you want to bury down because it will just get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
Like, that is the path of least resistance for now, but it will get worse.
And then if you feel comfortable enough, I'll just have a chat with Matt. You'd probably laugh over it.
Yeah, of
like,
course
you'd probably just be like, "Oh my God, no way. That was a laugh."
She was shit. And you'll put your mind at ease. She's nothing on you. You're amazing. I don't even remember it. It was rubbish. And then see what happens between them. But yeah, get your conscience clear.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I hope that advice helps you in the slightest anyway. You'll be fine. But yeah, definitely our best advice is to just talk to your best friend.
Yeah.
And if you feel comfortable enough, talk to Matt. He's definitely forgot. He's just a man. Like, we forget everything all the time. So yeah, we're going to go for a break now, and then we'll be back with Paul's dilemma. So thanks very much for listening.
Loved it. And we're back.
Right, Paul, you've heard my dilemma. So let's see how your dilemma will stand up in the devious department.
Okay then, everybody. Oh, I'm so excited for this. Hey guys, I need your advice on a problem that's really bothering me. My best friend Jemima just found out that her 2 roommates have been charging her an extra £200 a month for rent. They've been doing this for over 3 months, which means Jemima has overpaid by £600 in total. When she's confronted them, they apologised and said the extra money was for house supplies. They promised that from now on, she only needs to pay the normal rent. Jemima seems to have quickly accepted their apology and adjusted the rent payments. She still hangs out with these girls, goes on nights out with them, and acts like everything is fine, but I think she's being really naive. I've seen this house. There is absolutely no way those supplies cost £600. And if the money was truly for house supplies, why didn't they just show receipts and ask for the money openly? It hurts me to see my best friend in this situation, and I'm not sure what to do. Should I talk to Jemima about it again? And if so, how do I make her see the seriousness of what her roommates did? Or shall I just let it go, as it's not really my problem? Wow.
Do you know what? I back you, man.
Yeah.
I actually back you. They're not her real friends. No
They're
way.
not friends, no. It's
600 quid.
It's tricky as well because like you're talking about someone's home. Like, and that's very, especially this day and age, it's very hard to kind of find a room, or she's in a house share with two other people. So to try and find another two that need a three in there, that's tricky. But yeah, if they're overcharging her by £200 a month, my brain went red flag.
Literally.
They're just trying to make extra money out of you. And I think
On house supplies as well. Go Poundland.
what is house supplies? Is that food or like
No,
lamps?
no, it'd be like
Bulbs.
bacteria spray and that, innit? Wet wipes.
Don't you mean antibacteria spray?
What did I
Well,
say?
bacteria spray, I guess, would just kill everyone in the room, or everyone's got a cold.
Yeah, anti-bac then. That's what I meant. Bacteria spray.
Bacteria spray. I love that.
Just
Yeah,
spray them with bacteria for nicking money.
well, I think we absolutely should. Yeah, I think it's clearly a lie. They clearly didn't need an extra like 600 quid over 3 months extra. And also, like, if they needed it from her, are they also putting in 200 quid each? Because that's 1,800 quid's worth of cash that you need extra, an extra £600 a month. And I presume that's not food. So yeah, it is like your cleaning goods, bulbs, lamps, I mean, 600 quid, you get brand new carpet throughout your living room for that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, they're taking advantage.
I was going to say, I'd definitely back you.
Yeah, I back
You
you
should,
as
so,
well.
like, when you said, how, I don't know, it's hard to make her see the seriousness of not what her roommates did, but I'll just speak to her straight up. I'll
Yeah.
be like, you've been made to look a fool, really.
Yeah.
Real friends don't do that to real friends, man.
No. But then these are flatmates as well. And I think they've probably spotted her a mile away and gone, we can get that out of her. So they've definitely plotted. They've had a conversation and said, oh, let's just try and increase her rent. And then obviously, if she didn't say it the first time, she'd still be paid £200 a month. For like the
I just don't really
foreseeable.
get it, though, because obviously I've never lived in, like, flats with other people.
Yeah.
But, like, do you not check? Like, would you not check?
Yeah,
If
I've
someone
not
said to you,
either.
oh, it's £600 a month, okay, let me see where it says that. And then when it says that, all right, yeah, sweet.
No,
Because how did you find out she'd been paying £200 over?
Yeah, the first time around.
How do you find that out if
Well,
you've not checked straight away?
Well, I presume Jemima has probably gone to her mate at some point. Oh, yeah, my rent's gone up 200 quid. And her mate's gone, oh, that's weird. Why? And she goes, oh, it's just house supplies. And then that's obviously the first time round when she's gone, whoa, that doesn't sound good. Can you question it? And she's questioned it. And the girls have immediately gone, yeah, sorry, we'll pay you it back. So that's like,
No, they didn't even pay her it back.
they've not paid her it
No,
back.
they've just said that, sorry, it was for house supplies. And that's it. That's what I'm saying. I'm so against Jemima's friends.
Oh, no.
Look, they've not even said we'll give you it back. They've just said sorry, it was for house supplies and moved on. But cut her rent down. So she just lost out on 600 quid to basically pay. I would tell you what, I bet them girls or boys or whoever it is you're sharing your house flat with have taken that 600 quid and they've had the best night of their lives.
Oh, my God. Yeah, they have. Or there's something even more sinister.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, man.
It is two girls. She still hangs out with these girls. Goes on nights out with them and acts like everything's fine, but I think she's being really naive. Yeah, you've got to call your mate. Call Jemima, say, sit down. They are taking advantage of you. They owe you £300 each.
Yeah. And once they pay that, then be friends with them.
Yeah, and I think you can also go, there's like loads of advice online that you can go to. I mean, it's mostly what people use when they have like a debate with their landlord over stuff, when the landlord try and put up prices and stuff. But you have like professional help online and there will be like advice and guidance. You could like go as far as to get a solicitor to write a letter to both of these girls to say, you owe me £300 and I will take you to court for that 300 quid. No one wants that in life because then the court fees are added on. So it's probably more like 600 quid. It'll double instantly. So yeah, have that chat with your friend because if she's been taken advantage of once.
House supplies is not £600.
It's not
Unless you're shopping in M&S, then I don't know. I'm shopping in M&S now. That's
Yeah,
how you know,
you
That's
are.
how you know my money's up.
Hey.
I love a bit of M&S. But nah, I just don't see house supplies. We've all bought house supplies, innit?
Yeah,
Like Head and Shoulders and stuff like that. Deodorant, that's expensive. But you buy your own. Surely that's not for house
yeah,
supplies.
of course. Shout out Head and Shoulders. Yeah, I think unless you're going to John Lewis and finding like an armchair, and you pay it off in installments, and it's £300 a month or whatever it is. It's really poor from these people. They've took advantage of your friend. They will definitely do it again. Maybe in another guise. Well, why don't you get the shop this month, or why don't
Yeah.
you do this? If they're not showing receipts, then yeah,
That's a red flag.
it's a red flag.
If they're not showing receipts, all right, cool. I never take receipts when I go shopping, but
Yeah.
you'll see it on your phone.
exactly.
Whatever you pay with, there's
Yeah.
always a receipt there. So why would you not just be like, oh yeah, here it was. I bought this. That's your 600 quid. They could easily show their mobile banking app, whatever they paid with,
Easy.
and prove that they've spent the 600 quid. And if they can't do that, then they've taken the piss out of her. It's that simple.
But you know what? We also, like, every time we do a dilemma, we've done a couple now, and we always try and see it from the other person's perspective, because sometimes you can just jump on people too quick.
Yeah.
But, like, in this instance now, I don't know how to defend the other girls that I've just said we're going to raise your rent by 200 quid a month. I don't know.
There's no way of
If they're
defending
not showing receipts, if they're not having that conversation, we've got to get your friend and we've got to say, listen, you've got to flag it up with them. It is going to be awkward at home, but like you've got to kind of back yourself and you've got to respect yourself and not be taken advantage of.
Yeah, like where you've asked, how do I make her see the seriousness of what our roommates or have done? Just basically sit her down. Just say them things like, look, your roommates have made you pay £200 over. That's £600 worth of money. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they've said it's on house supplies. If they can't show you the receipts openly, then that means they're lying to you. Do you really want to share a house, or do you really want to have friends that you go out with nights out with that lie to you? Of course not. And then on top of that, if she doesn't take your advice, then do you know what? It's not your problem anyway.
No.
So then let it go, because you said, or should you let it go as it's not really your problem? Of course. But as long as you give your best friend that advice first,
Yeah.
whether they take it or not, then just let it go, because it's not down to you. It's not your 600 quid.
Yeah, and friends have a duty to tell each other. So like tell the person, get it off your conscience. You've done your job. And then if that person if Jemima decides to not take your advice and carry on, because by the way, like the girls have then said it's been flagged up, they've shit themselves and gone, oh, okay, we'll put your rent back down. And it's like, well, you needed £200 a month from me extra. If it goes down, didn't you need £200 worth of house supplies? You only needed it over that period of time. So it's clearly a lie. They've clearly took advantage of her. Tell your friend and say, listen, there's a million different places out there that you can go and move to. It'll feel like there isn't and that there's nothing out there in the market. But if you've got an extra 200 quid that you could have put on that, you might be able to put an extra 200 quid and go and live on your own.
Yeah, literally.
You know? So I think, you've got to tell your friend.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for your friend as well.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Jemima as well.
Yeah, I do. Should we do a little GoFundMe for her?
Yeah.
For 600 quid? Oh my God, if we get to 20,000 followers, then we'll give Jemima the 600 quid back. Would you do that? The 300 quid each?
What?
I will give £300 and Harry will give £300 to Jemima.
We've just shaken hands
if
now.
this pod gets to 20,000 followers.
We're going to have to find her first. But yeah, we'll pay for her extra overdue rent.
Yeah.
But I'm not paying if she's still friends with them and they haven't showed receipts.
Oh my God, that's genius. Jemima, if you move out, and if your best friend does take, like, if you follow our advice to a T and you find a new property with people that do love and respect you and you've really helped out your best friend, we'll backfill your best friend what she lost from these thieves.
Yeah, literally.
If we get to 20,000 followers as well.
Yeah. Which dilemma do you reckon was worse? It's definitely got to be the second one.
Yeah, this one. Like the devious. So what we try and do at the end is find out which one's
Yeah.
more devious, don't we? These girls that are defrauding and thieving off a very impressionable other person that has not asked for receipts or proof for why the rent is going up in the first place. So like they've completely betrayed the trust. They are devious. They're in big trouble, actually.
That's actually naughty.
That's
We like to
actually
think of
naughty.
ourselves as
Yeah.
naughty, but we're actually like mischievous. I would never take money from you. If
Oh,
like
mate.
I would probably charge you less than what the bloody rent is anyway.
Yeah. Don't
Like,
worry about it.
Same with my mates. Like, oh, you're struggling this month. Cool, I'll get it.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. Never would I ever
No.
like charge you extra.
No.
And then on top of that, when you ask where that's gone, I go, oh, house supplies.
Yeah.
Then you say, can you show me? Nah.
But, I mean,
no, that's just red flags walking and talking all over.
scandalous.
Scandalous,
Yeah.
as you love to say.
I've only said it once on this pod.
Yeah.
I won't say it again.
Whereas the first one, I think Matt and Emma. Was it
Well, that's-
Emma? Who's Emma?
Emma, that's a bit more ambiguous, isn't it? Because,
You don't watch Love Island, do you?
no.
Who's Emma?
Oh, is that a thing out of...
Yeah, it's my Welsh accent.
No, that is
I'm
Welsh.
from the valleys.
You sound like Andrew. Do an Andrew.
I don't know what to say.
I don't know what elusive means. I've never said elusive in my life. Shout out, Andrew.
Yeah, shout out Andrew, man.
So yeah, the second one's a more devious. The first one round, like, you never know. They might have not remembered each other.
They'll sort it out.
They'll sort it out. Yeah.
Whereas the second one, it actually seems like we've got a thief on our hands.
Yeah, we found, like,
Yeah.
I don't know when the police can get involved in that stuff, because to me, that's like theft. Like, they're really pissing me off the more that I'm thinking about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I know.
So have a chat with your friends and get yourself out of that, get her out of that environment.
Literally.
Mate.
But we hope we've helped as best as we can. The best advice we've given. Matt and Emma, you'll be fine. We don't know your actual name.
Yeah,
But we hope you had a good time with Matt and Zanti, and that was a great week. But we hope we gave you the best advice. Just talk to your best friends.
Yeah.
Maybe talk to Matt if you feel comfortable enough. I'm sure it'll be nothing, unless you do have a spark. And
Talk to him on the phone.
You want to, yeah.
Don't go see him
You might start
at
kissing.
midnight.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a dark club where it's all red lights.
Yeah. Secondly, I mean, we helped you the most. We hope we helped you the best, Jemima, because we just genuinely feel sorry for you.
Genuinely feel sorry. And genuinely,
it's-
we will backfill.
I'm happy your friend has come to us for advice as well, because
Yeah.
I mean, definitely tell her it's your best friend. Just
Yeah.
be like, they're making an idiot out of you, or they're making you look like
Yeah.
this.
Get out of there.
Get out there, or just talk to them and be like, well, just show me the receipts. And
Yeah.
if they can't do that, then it's obviously a red flag. Like, you don't need people around that. Like, literally keep your circle tight, man.
Keep your circle tight. For me, bring it up with them as you're leaving and say, listen, you owe me this
What, you're
money.
telling her to leave?
Yeah,
man?
I think you should. The more I think about it, because, like, I know what these people are like. I know what these, like, scammers and, like, they're like abusers, aren't they? They'll sit there and they've scammed 600 quid out of you.
Yeah.
That's, like, so, like, that's proper devious.
And if they can take 600 quid off you, who knows what else they can take? So,
Well, they would have took more.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, this could have gone on for, it could have been thousands that they've conned out of this young girl, and she didn't even know. So, yeah, get yourself out of there. That's why people come to Harry and Paul, because we give you the best advice, and we will.
And straight up advice as well. I think this is great, especially for
straight
women.
up.
Especially for women. I'd like to say that as well. Like, I love all the dilemmas from women, because it's the same when me and Anna have like a talk, or friends come to us for advice.
Yeah.
They'll go to Anna and it will be very, like, even if I go to Anna, I get loads of information where I'm like, it blows my head.
Yeah.
Whereas Harry and Paul just straight through the facts, see past all the bullshit basically,
Yeah.
and we'll just give you the best advice of what we think's right to do. So thanks so much for coming to us again. We love these Devious Dilemma problems.
Yeah, we do. Shout out to women.
Yeah, shout out to women, man.
Shout out to the women. Okay, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Devious Dilemmas. And remember, we want to hear your thoughts on our listeners' dilemmas and, of course, your very own dilemmas. Email us at harryandpaulpod@gmail.com or let us know on Instagram at harryandpaulpod.
Thank you as always, Paulinho. And remember, we'll be back next week with the Harry and Paul Are Devious, which will be on Tuesday. And for more of the Devious Dilemmas, remember the bonus episodes are on Friday. So see you then.
Loved it.
Thanks.
Harry and Paul Are Devious is a Stack production and part of the Acast Creator Network.